Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in for this video. This is my second video on YouTube. I've been away for 1 year because life happens, but now I'm back, and hopefully to be a bit more consistent, because filming for YouTube is it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, it requires a lot of your resources. And if you're working a full-time job, it can be a bit tricky to juggle between your full-time job and YouTube. But hopefully from now on, I'll be able to bring you a bit more of the content that I want to create here on YouTube. If you're new here, or if you don't know me, my name is Serah Wanyaga, and I want to be creating health and wellness related kind of videos, and also a bit of beauty and lifestyle, overall lifestyle. But hey, there are no limits to what you can do here on YouTube. So I hope that you'll join me in this journey of YouTube, and hopefully we can grow together and we can learn so much from each other. So for today's video, I want to do a life lessons video, because I like watching this kind of content. People are we are all different, and we all go through different life experiences, and I believe that every life experience teaches you something. And for me, I have learned a lot of things, a lot of lessons throughout my life. And my birthday is coming up soon, and I believe by the time you're watching this video, it will be past my birthday. And so today we are going to do a life lessons video. I'm going to be sharing 30 life lessons I have learned in 30 years. So please tune in and continue watching. I'm enjoying my cup of hibiscus tea because it has a very pretty color, and it's also very tasty. So let's start the video with my life lessons. So life lesson number 1 is that you need to learn how to question everything you've been taught. Ever since you were born, you've been born into a society that has different beliefs, that has a way of life, culture, and we are taught that in whatever culture you've been brought up in, you've been told that that's the right way to live life. But when you think about it, there are so many cultures in this world, and there are so many ways of living. So you need to question the things you've been taught by society. Some of those society rules are good for you. I don't deny that they are good for you. You've been raised up in a certain way of life, and you've been taught that that's the right way to live life, and that's the right way to do things. But sometimes you need to sit down and figure out if everything you've been taught is something that you want to practice in your life, because some of these rules that we've been taught by society are very, very destructive, and they hold you back from your real purpose and from the life that you want to live. And so it's good to sit down and question what you've been taught. Number 2 is learn how to love yourself. And what I mean by loving yourself does not mean selfishness. It doesn't mean only being selfish in your life. Taking care of yourself means taking care of your health, taking care of your mental health, taking care of your spiritual health, your physical health, which means eat good food, work out. You don't necessarily have to go to the gym, you don't necessarily have to lift weights, but incorporate movement in your life. Lesson number 3 is do not outsource your relationship with God. So many people believe that they cannot have a good relationship with God not unless they go to church, a pastor prays for them, a pastor reads for them the Bible, interprets for them the Bible. But when you think about it, you only have a good relationship with someone else if you take the one-on-one time to spend time with them. And that's the same thing with God. Take the Bible and read for yourself. Go pray to God, talk to God. Don't always listen to people who tell you, oh, it's only a pastor who can be able to develop a good relationship for you. No, I'm not saying it's bad for your pastor to preach for you. It's good, but at the same time, it is important for you to develop a personal relationship with God. Lesson number 4, while we are at that point of not outsourcing your relationship with God, pray more often. Lesson number 5, it is not your job to fix other people. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. You cannot fix someone else. If you want to find out how incredibly hard it is to fix other people, try fixing yourself first, and you will realize how hard it is to fix people. You need to you can give people advice if they ask for it, but you can work so hard to fix someone and not be able to do it. So it's important for you to realize that, and for you to realize that you can love people so much, but you can't save them, unfortunately. Lesson number 6, there are no guarantees in life, ever. All the choices you make in life are half chance for everyone. They can be successful or they cannot be successful. So that means you need to be ready for any surprises in life. Lesson number 7. Lesson number 7, nothing in life is permanent. The good, the bad, the ugly. Don't be arrogant about your successes, and do not despair when life is not going the way you feel like it should be going. So yeah. Lesson number 8, invest in a good skincare routine and your skin will thank you. It is worth it to invest in a good skincare routine that will make your skin glow. Lesson number 9, and this involves dating and relationships. When somebody tells you that they are not ready for a relationship, please believe them the first time they tell you that. And if they do, so I'll speak from my own gender, dating the men. If a man tells you that he's not ready for a relationship, you need to run. Lesson number 10, while we're in that, if you find yourself in a toxic relationship, a relationship doesn't help you grow, that is destroying you, and you feel like you love this person so much, sometimes it is okay to break your own heart, because in the long run you will realize that that toxicity is not good for you, for your mental health, for your spiritual health, even for your physical health. So it is important to walk away from toxic relationships. Most times you will realize when you're in one. So I'll just tell you, be brave enough to break your own heart. Lesson number 11, give yourself permission to fail. I think failure only shows us that you tried in something, and failure is always better than never trying, because when you try, you will fail one time, you will fail the second time, and probably by your third try you'll be able to you'll start to grasp what it is that you'll do, and you'll be able to and by the third try you'll be able to know what works for you, and you have a better chance of succeeding if you try than if you avoid failure. Lesson number 12, figure out what it means to be in a healthy relationship, so that if you find yourself in in a healthy relationship, you'll not do things to sabotage it. I know some people just sabotage their relationships because they feel like you need to have some kind of conflict for it to be a real relationship. But no, if you find yourself in a healthy relationship, don't sabotage it. And if you find out that you're not in a healthy relationship, you will learn when to walk away. Lesson number 13, let people go. You have to realize that you don't own anyone except yourself, and you need to let people go if that is what they want to do. You cannot keep people, you cannot force people to be with you, but you will realize with time that if you've been a good person and you've been good to them, I've realized that most of the times they do tend to come back. Not all the time, but sometimes they do. And if they were good people and they were just trying to find their way, it's okay to welcome them back into your life. But if not, just let them go. That being said, lesson number 14, do not make a home of other people, because people change, people die, people leave, and when they do, you are left homeless and broken. Lesson number 15, grief looks different on everyone, and you have to realize that you have to grieve on your own terms. I know there are the 5 stages of grief that people talk about, but those stages look very, very different on different people, and there is no right way of grieving. There is only your way of grieving, and you have to accept it, let the process happen, and let yourself heal on your own terms. Lesson number 16, as you grow up, you will finally realize the struggles that your parents went through to raise you up, to feed you, to pay bills, to do all those things that made you into an adult. And you will realize that they were just as human as you are. They made mistakes while raising you. They made some very, very big mistakes, and you need to forgive them for that, because now that you're an adult and you're paying your own bills and you're making your own decisions, you realize that you also made a lot of mistakes. You're also going to make a lot of mistakes as you grow up, and you need to forgive your parents for the mistakes that you think they did with you, the same way you would want to be forgiven for the mistakes that you're making, to be given a second chance. You need to forgive them as you would want to be forgiven as well. Lesson number 17, as we like we talked in lesson number 16 about forgiving your parents, you need to talk to them more often, because as you grow up, you will realize that they are human and they get lonely as well. So lesson number 18, do not take anyone for granted, because you never miss the water till the well runs dry. And I mean your parents, your spouse, your friends. Do not take anyone for granted, because when they're gone, you will really miss them. Lesson number 19 is that fear is a liar, and so is depression. Fear lies to you that if you try something, you're going to fail, you're not going to succeed, people will laugh at you. But that's not true. Most of the times it's just an illusion, and we finally do whatever it is you are fearing to do. You realize nobody cares, nobody gives a shit. Okay, sometimes people do give a shit, but most of the times you realize that what you are fearing was just an illusion. And also depression. Depression lies to you that the world does not need you, that you are alone, that you should not get out there. It's a stage it's a stage of life that some people go through. Depression is a mental illness, and sometimes it lies to you that you are not needed in this life, but that's not true. Lesson number 20 is that sometimes you are the toxic person and you need to check yourself. It's true story. Sometimes you really are the toxic person and you really need to do some introspection and talk to people and find out what they feel about you, not so that they can be able to change you, but so that you can realize the aspects in your life that you need to change. Because sometimes we don't realize when we are becoming toxic. Maybe we are going through a life stage, we are going through some hard times, and we find ourselves with so much negativity, and you become very toxic. So sometimes you really are the toxic person, and it is good to check yourself every once in a while. Number 21 is that you need to learn how to have difficult conversations. Guys, ghosting on people, ghosting on your job, ghosting on your parents because you do not want to have that conversation that will put you in the hot spot, or having difficult conversations that will change your life or that will change your relationship status is extremely difficult. It's extremely difficult to have difficult conversations, but it is important to start practicing it so that it becomes more and more easier for you to talk about these things, because ghosting is very immature and it is very, very disrespectful. Lesson number 22 is that you need to expand your mind beyond whatever it is that you know now, beyond your home, beyond your city, beyond the books that you're reading right now. Learn to expand your mind and learn about other cultures, learn about other foods, and don't have a closed mind all the time, because you will not grow if you just stay eating the same foods, reading the same thing. I found out that most of the growth that I have been able to do is when I've been able to incorporate more cultures into my life, and more foods, and learning how to make better to make dishes from all over the world. I'm not saying I'm the best, but I try. Sometimes it's a mess, sometimes it becomes good, but that's the only way you'll be able to learn. Lesson number 23 is that self-care is not selfishness. You need to do it more often, because self-care helps you to rejuvenate and to to have more energy. I think have self-care Sundays where you spend the whole day on Sunday taking care of yourself and preparing yourself for the week ahead. Self-care is really important. And lesson number 24, when it comes to your job or your relationships and whatever it is that you're doing in life, you do not have to sacrifice your health or your life for you to do that. I know there are some people who are in very toxic work environments. You wake up in the morning and you don't feel like going to work. You wake up in the morning, you don't feel like going to do the tasks you've been given, and that is how you realize that you're in a toxic work environment. You don't have to sacrifice your health for that. It's okay if you want to change your job. You just have to be tactical about it and how to move to the next stage without harming yourself. And that's the same thing with a toxic relationship. In a toxic relationship, you don't have to remain in a toxic relationship. And I know it is hard to leave these toxic situations because we are so used to them. We fear change. We don't know what's ahead of us in life, but you need to learn how to exit from toxic relationship, toxic jobs, and all the toxicity in your life, because it can literally kill you. Lesson number 25, and this is something I read a while back. I think it's a quote that I read. It says that the people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who normally do. Be the crazy person. Lesson number 26, figure out the things that make you happy and do those things more often. Lesson number 27, we are all learning this, is learning how to handle your finances. Getting more money sometimes only means more problems, but poverty in itself is nothing to be happy about. So learn how to make more money, but at the same time also learn how to handle your finances and your money as it increases, because finances can really make or break you. Lesson number 28, eat more fruits and vegetables and your body will thank you for that. You'll have more energy, you'll nourish your body, and you'll be able to carry out your life tasks much better with a clearer mind and with a healthy body. Lesson number 29 is that everyone in life will go through heartbreak at one point or another. That is something I've come to realize. I've talked to a lot of my friends and people close to me, and majority of them have gone through heartbreak. And the heartbreak I'm talking about is the romantic heartbreak. I don't mean about the heartbreak where your job doesn't go as well. No, I mean romantic heartbreaks, because when you go through your first break, your first heartbreak, it's normally very heartbreaking and life-changing. And you have to realize that when you're going through a heartbreak, you feel like that pain will never end, that you're forever broken, that you'll never find somebody like that ever again in your life. But once you've gone through the heartbreak and you've gone through life and you finally reach the acceptance stage and life is now all beautiful and all, you will realize that the way you felt like you'll never go through it, wow, your heart has a way of handling it, your body has a way of handling it, and you will realize that you do not need an ex who does not want to be with you. You will realize that you need somebody who chooses you every single day. And heartbreak is just a way of learning more about yourself and learning what it is you want from life, what you want from a significant other. And heartbreak really helps you get out of that shell whereby you had all these notions about what a relationship should be and the perfect relationship, and then when you go through a heartbreak, all those things you believed about relationships come crashing down, and now you don't want a relationship. You're like, no way I want to go through such a thing again. But you realize that there are people out there who really want to be with you, and a heartbreak does not necessarily mean that there isn't someone good enough for you out there. lesson number 30, the final one, and one in which I have also been learning along the way, is that it is really important to go after your dreams, really. And I know this is cliche and you've heard it so many times, but it's true. Nobody is going to come and rescue you. Nobody is going to come and go after your dreams for you. Nobody is going to come and tell you, hey, you know what, you're slacking in life, you need to chap start. I know if you're lucky enough, there are people who will let you know these things, but the decision to actually wake up and go after them, literally and figuratively, it really begins from you. You have to put yourself out there, go after what it is that you feel like will make your life much more adventurous and better. If it is a career, if it is travel, if it is starting a family, whatever it is you feel like you will make your dreams a reality, go after that. Try, start. Yeah guys, those are my 30 lessons, life lessons. I would also like to hear what are some of the lessons you've learned. You can drop them in the comments down below. Also, it's good to encourage one another and also hear what it is that you've learned in your own life that has helped you to grow, that has helped you to become a better person. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully we can continue growing together. And you can like my video because it supports my channel, and also you can subscribe down below so that you can continue receiving more videos. I'm hoping to be filming a bit more videos on health and wellness. I like going to the gym, I like eating, I like making my own food at home, and making healthy food in general. I'm not so, what is it, strict on it. I just listen to my body and eat the foods that make me feel whole, and hopefully we can be able to be in this journey together. Forgive my lack of experience in filming of these videos, but hopefully with experience, with time, I'll be able to get better. And it was so nice to hang out with you guys as I share with you my life lessons, and I hope that there's something that you will learn from it. So I'll catch you guys in the next video, and bye guys.